So given here y is equal to a plus bx square, differentiating both sides with respect to x. Here you need to prove that x d2y dx2 is equal to dy dx. Okay, so differentiating both sides with respect to x, you get dy dx is equal to 0 plus b into ddx of x square is 2x. So this is simply 2bx. Differentiating both sides again with respect to x, we get d2y dx2 is equal to 2b into ddx of x is 1. So this is 2b. We need to show x d2y dx2 is equal to dy dx. We start with the left hand side. Left hand side is x d2y dx2. And d2y dx2, we have found this to be 2b. So this is 2bx. And if you see, dy dx is 2bx. So this is equal to dy dx, which is equal to your right hand side. So this is proved. Okay, so this was a simple one. The next problem, number 3, here is given y is equal to a e to the power of mx plus b e to the power of mx. You need to prove that d2y dx2 minus m plus n dy dx plus mny. So let's find out the derivatives first. Differentiating both sides with respect to x, we get dy dx is equal to a is a constant, and if you differentiate e to the power of mx, you get m e to the power of mx plus b, and again ddx of nx. This is nx, not mx. Okay, so this is nx. So this is n e to the power of nx. So you get here am e to the power of mx plus bn e to the power of nx. Okay, we find d2y dx2, differentiating both sides with respect to x, we get d2y dx2 is equal to am is a constant, you keep it out, and again differentiate e to the power of mx to get m e to the power of mx. Again bn is a constant, you keep it out, and you differentiate e to the power of nx to get n e to the power of nx. So you get here am square e to the power of mx plus bn square e to the power of nx. Now you need to prove that d2y dx2, we start from the left hand side, you need to prove that d2y dx2 minus m plus n dy dx plus mn y. We put the values. d2y dx2 is am square e to the power of mx minus plus bn square e to the power of nx minus m plus n dy dx. Now dy dx is, we have found out the value of dy dx, it is am e to the power of mx plus bn e to the power of nx. And you have on the left hand side mn y. So plus mn, and y here is the given function, which is a e to the power of mx plus b e to the power of nx. So now you multiply everything. You get am square e to the power of mx. This remains as it is. Plus bn square e to the power of nx remains as it is. You multiply this to get am square e to the power of mx minus bmn e to the power of nx minus amn e to the power of mx minus bn square e to the power of nx plus mn a e to the power of mx plus mn b e to the power of nx. Okay. So now what you see is that everything will get cancelled here. These two will cancel. These two will cancel. Okay. This will cancel. And this will cancel. So ultimately get 0, which is equal to right hand side. And this is true. Okay. Any question here?
No, sir.
We do the next one. Now, next one is this technique you must be good at. Given here, y is equal to, in successive differentiation, you will require this technique a lot. A cos log x plus 4 sin log x. Differentiating both sides. With respect to x, we get dy dx is equal to, first, if you differentiate, you get 3 is a constant, you keep it out, right? You differentiate cos to get a minus sign. So this will become minus sine log x into the ddx of log x, right? Similarly here, you get 4 cos log x into the ddx of log x. So what do you get here? Minus 3 sine log x. ddx log x is 1 by x plus 4 cos log x. ddx log x is 1 by x. Right? Now if you take the LCM, you get 4 cos log x minus 3 sine log x whole divided by x. So we are getting dy dx is equal to all this. Now if you cross multiply, you will get x dy dx. This is the main technique here. X dy dx, you are getting 4 cos log x minus 3 sine log x. Now once you get x dy dx, you differentiate both sides here. Again with respect to x, we'll use the concept of implicit functions. Differentiating both sides with respect to x, we get x, you differentiate x dy dx can be differentiated by u into v rule. So x ddx dy dx plus dy dx into the ddx of x is equal to Now you differentiate the right hand side. So 4 is a constant, you take it out. And ddx of cos is minus sign. So this you get minus sine log x into the ddx of log x, which is 1 by x. Again here, minus 3 is a constant, you keep it out. Cos log x into the ddx of log x, which is 1 by x. So now again you take the LCM and you take minus out. You get 4 sine log x plus 3 cos log x. So you get here minus, what are you getting here? See 3 sine log x plus 3 cos log x. We are getting back y here in the second derivative, right? So here you get minus y by x. So that means what are we getting here? Here you're getting x d2y dx2 from here plus dy dx is equal to minus y by x. Now you cross multiply. You get x square d2y dx2 plus x dy dx is equal to minus y. You take everything on one side, you get x square d2y dx2 plus x dy dx plus y is equal to 0. And that is what you have to prove. Okay, so this technique is very important. Keep differentiating and keep substituting wherever you have a y or wherever you have a dy dx. Okay, we'll require this technique in most of the problem, 90% of the problems in successive differentiation. Is this problem clear?
Yes, sir.
So given here, y is equal to sine inverse x whole square. You need to prove that 1 minus x square y2 minus x y1 is equal to 2. That is, you need to prove that 1 minus x square d2y dx2 minus x dy dx is equal to 2. Now we are using the symbols here y1 and y2. So you start with by differentiating both sides with respect to x. We get y1 is equal to, first differentiate this by x to the power of n. So you get 2 sine inverse x only into the differentiation of sine inverse x. Okay, so what you get here is 2 sine inverse x, and you know the differentiation of sine inverse x is root 1 minus x square. So now what you do is you multiply, you cross multiply to get root 1 minus x square y1 is equal to 2 sine inverse x. Now in order to remove the radical, you square both sides. One minus x square into y1 square, this is what you will get, is equal to 4 sine inverse x square. If you square both sides, this is what you're going to get. That means now you know that what is sine inverse x whole square? It is y. So you substitute y in place of sine inverse x whole square. On the right hand side, you see a sine inverse whole square, you substitute y. Now you differentiate both sides once again with respect to x. We get, you will differentiate the left hand side by u into v rule. So first of all, you will differentiate 1 minus x square to get minus 2x into y1 square plus, now 1 minus x square into the ddx of y1 square. How will you differentiate y1 square? First, you will differentiate the power. So you get twice y1 into the ddx of y1. is equal to 4 is a constant, and into the ddx of y is simply ddx of y is dy dx, which is y1. So this is 4y1. So this is minus 2x y1 square plus twice 1 minus x square ddx y1 is y2. So you're getting y1 y2 minus 4y1, and you make the right hand side 0. Now what you do is you take y1 common. Take y1 common. What will you get? You get minus 2x y1. In fact, you take 2y1 common. You can take out 2y1. So therefore, you get this as minus 2x y1 plus 1 minus x square y2 minus 2 is equal to 0, isn't it? So that means either y1 is equal to 0 or minus 2x y1 plus 1 minus x square y2 minus 2 is equal to 0. Since y1 not equal to 0, okay, if y1 is equal to 0, then what will happen? Can you tell me? If y1 is equal to 0, then what will happen? And we'll see that case. Okay. We'll just write it on the note there. So if since y1 not equal to 0, this part must be equal to 0. Therefore, minus 2x y1 plus 1 minus x square y2 minus 2 is equal to 0. And what did you have to prove here? If you see on top, you had to prove 1 minus x square y2 minus x y1 is equal to 2. So that means we have already got this. That means 1 minus x square y2 minus 2x y1 is equal to 2. And that is what we needed to prove. Now we come to that question where we said y1, why is y1 not equal to 0? Tanisha, can you tell me why y1 is not equal to 0?
Yes, sir.
If y1, why is y1 not equal to 0? Because if
So
y1,
y1 will be equal to 0. Then
hmm,
y2 will also become 0, no?
no, only if y1
So
not
there is
equal
no
to 0,
differentiation.
huh?
So there is no differentiation for y is equal to 0. Or,
No, there is. See, the point here is that this is a product of two functions, right? Which is equal to 0.
yes,
So either this must be equal to 0 or this must be equal to 0. But we have said that this
yes,
cannot be equal to 0. Therefore, this is equal to
yes.
0. So, but why have I taken y1 not equal to 0? Because if see, y1 is equal to 0, that means dy dx is equal to 0, isn't it?
Yes,
That means
yes, sir.
when is dy dx is equal to 0? When y is a constant, isn't it?
Hmm.
But y is not a constant. But y is equal to the given function, isn't it? What was the given function? Sin inverse x
Sin
whole square.
inverse.
Y was not a constant. Y is a variable, isn't it? Which is a contradiction, isn't it?
Yes.
So therefore, we can assume that y1 is not equal to 0. Clear with this, Devanjan?
Hmm.
We'll be using this
Yes, sir.
over and over again. Okay. Next, the next problem here is Number 6, given y is equal to e to the power of tan inverse x. You need to show that 1 plus x square y double dashed means second derivative, plus 2x minus 1 y dashed is equal to 0. Okay, this is equal to 0. That is what you need to show. So differentiate both sides. Differentiating both sides with respect to x, we get, since dash is used, we'll use dashed. Y dashed is equal to, how will you differentiate e to the power of tan inverse x? First differentiate e to the power of tan inverse x into ddx of tan inverse x. So you get e to the power of tan inverse x divided by 1 plus x square. Right? Now you cross multiply to get 1 plus x square y dashed is equal to e to the power of tan inverse x. And what is e to the power of tan inverse x? It is simply y, isn't it? The given function. Now we differentiate both sides again. Differentiating both sides with respect to x. We get, you differentiate the left hand side by u into v rule. So 1 plus x square into ddx of y dashed plus y dashed into the ddx of 1 plus x square is equal to ddx of y is dy dx, which we simply write as y dashed. Right? So now 1 plus x square ddx y dashed is y double dashed plus y dash ddx 1 plus x square is 2x is equal to y dashed. You take everything on one side, 1 plus x square y double dashed plus 2x y dashed minus y dashed is equal to 0. And then you take y dashed common. Is equal to 0. And that is what we need to prove. That's it. Any question here?
No, sir.
We'll do number 7. Hopefully the last one. Number 7 should be a little longer one. Question here is, it is given here that y is equal to sine m sine inverse x. Okay. First we'd start by differentiating to get, and you need to prove 1 minus x square d2y dx2 minus x dy dx plus m square y is equal to 0. We'll use the notation y1 y2 because it is convenient to write. Otherwise d2y dx2 is very difficult to write. Differentiating both sides with respect to x, we get y1 is equal to, how will you differentiate this? First differentiate sine to get cos m sine inverse x and multiply this by the derivative of whatever is within the sign, that is m sine inverse x. So this is cos m sine inverse x. This, now m is a constant, you can take it out of the differentiation and differentiate sine inverse x to get root 1 minus x square. 1 by root 1 minus x square, right? Now you cross multiply to get root 1 minus x square y1 is equal to m cos m sine inverse x. In order to remove the radical, you square both sides. you get 1 minus x square y1 square is equal to m square cos square m sin inverse x. So you're getting cos square, right? Now what did we have here? Y is equal to sine of something, right? So what we do is, in order to put here y here, we change cos to a sine. So you get m square. You can write this as 1 minus sine square m sin inverse x, right? You can write m square. Now, what is this? Y is equal to sine inverse m sin inverse x. What is this part? This part becomes your y square, isn't it? You can write this as m square into 1 minus y square. Check whether this step is clear. If it is clear, then I'll proceed. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now once this is clear, we will differentiate this once again. Differentiating both sides again with respect to x. We get, first differentiate 1 minus x square. The left hand side is 1 minus x square y1 square. Differentiate by u into v rule. 1 minus x square into ddx of y1 square. ddx y1 square, first differentiate the square. You get 2y1 into ddx of y1, right? Plus y1 square, you keep as it is, and differentiate 1 minus x square to get minus 2x is equal to, m is a constant, m square is a constant, you keep it out, and now you differentiate 1 minus y square. 1 minus y square is 0 minus twice y into ddx of y, which is y1. Is this step clear or not? Is this step clear, or any question on this step, or should I do one more step to explain this?
Applied UV, right?
Yes. On which side? On the left hand
On-
side, I've applied UV rule.
Yes, sir.
Or should I do one more step? Devanjan, tell me something. Okay, left is the right hand side differentiation clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if it is clear, then I can proceed. That means you have 1 minus x square twice 1 minus x square y1, and ddx of y1 is y2, right? And here you have minus 2x y1 square, right? And on the right hand side, you have minus 2m square y1. Now you take everything on one side. So you have twice 1 minus x square y1 y2 minus twice x y1 square plus 2m square y1 is equal to 0, right? Now from this, what can you take common? It seems you can only you can take twice y1 common, right? If you take twice y1 common, what are you getting? 1 minus x square y2 minus 2x y1 plus m square y is equal to 0, right? That means either y1 is equal to 0 or 1 minus x square y2 minus 2x y1 plus m square y is equal to 0, right? Since y1 not equal to 0, therefore this part must be equal to 0. 1 minus x square y2 minus 2x y1 plus m square y must be equal to 0. And that is, I think, what you needed to prove, isn't it? 1 minus x squared d2y dx2. Where is it? Yes, here. 1 minus x squared d2y dx2 minus x dy dx plus m square y. So just substitute d2y dx2 here. Okay, this 2 should not be there. Okay. If you take 2 out, this 2 should not be there. This 2 should not be there, right? This 2 also should not be there. Isn't it? Because we have already taken this 2 out. So you have minus x dy dx plus m square y is equal to 0. And that is what you needed to prove. That's it. Okay, so this was a long one. I won't proceed from here.